All right, folks, in this video, I'm going to be talking about a very mechanical, very simple strategy that you can implement today. Okay. If you've been a part of the channel for a bit, you probably know what this is going to be about, but you're going to get more examples of it in play. You're going to get a better understanding of how I approach this strategy. And if you're new here, this is super simple stuff and it's going to help you immensely. Okay. I'm going to give you step-by-step rules here. Okay. No jibber jabber. Let's get right into it, shall we? So this is a scalping strategy with futures. And I'm not saying you can't experiment with Forex and test it over there. You 100% can. But I've tested it with futures. That's what I use it on, is with futures. Okay. So step number one, we need to have a higher time frame candle outlook. And what I mean by that is because my execution time frame is the 1 minute. All right. I execute on the 1 minute. But when I say a higher time frame candle outlook, I have in this scenario the 1 hour. Okay. You see how the 1 hour is in a downswing and it's bearish? Look at my cursor, follow my cursor. You see how this thing look? See that low right there? Close beneath it. See this low right here? Close beneath it. Expanding lower. So like this thing is expanding lower in here. You see like how candle low after candle low after candle low after candle low is getting tagged and it's making new lows. It's bearish. The trend is bearish. Okay. And here's how I approach it. This is the mindset that I approach this with. I stay with that bias. I stay with that trend until there is something on that chart that tells me to change my mind. I am not predicting. I am not forecasting a bottom. That's what losers do. Okay. I see these losers going around saying, I knew it's going to do this. I knew it's going to do that. No, you didn't. Listen to the price action, because the price action will tell you when to pivot, and that's when you pivot. Okay. And what does that look like? What that looks like is something, for example, over here. See how price was selling off? It was making low, 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 low. And then look right here. That took out that low. It failed to displace. And it gives you a bullish failed 2. And that will be a good indication to switch your bias and then to look for higher prices. Or in another example, it would be like a bullish number 3 candle. And you would switch the bias and stop looking for shorts. But until that happens, and also, by the way, because I know the newer folks are like, what the heck did he just say? Failed 2, number 3. What is all this witchcraft, right? Well, you need to watch my other videos. After you watch this video, go search my channel for the strat. I have a video on the strat, and watch those videos. And it's going to give you, like, you're going to understand it completely by the point after you watch that. You're going to know what I'm talking about. Okay. But my point is here, folks, you need to stay with this tide. You need to stay with this trend. All right. Don't worry about forecasting. Just flow with the tide, flow with the trend. So if you see the 1 hour chart, for example, and it isn't showing any indication of reversal, like it's just in this downswing and it's just printing number 2 candle, 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 meaning bearish in a downswing, then stay with that tide. My higher time frame candle outlook in this case is bearish. Okay. So if you look at this candle, if you follow my cursor right here, this opens up at 11 and it closes at 12. And what that does is it has a strong close lower. Now, y'all know I have something called CC, candle confirmation. I do that differently with futures than I do Forex. All right. What I've done and what makes it so powerful, I'm getting such amazing results with futures with CC by doing it like this, is I utilize the failed 2 on the 15 minute. So I do what I do with the 15 minute. Now I don't only trade CC with futures. Like I can have that low taken, for example, and I could still get a setup. Okay. But for my CC folks that like focusing solely on CC, this is what you can do. Like you can hunt for these scenarios, combine it with failed 2s and get just amazing, crazy results. All right. So here's what you're going to do. This thing right here opens at 11 and closes at 12. We got that number 2 candle. We got that CC. So we understand, okay, our bias is bearish. We're going to stay with this. My higher time frame candle outlook is bearish. That's number 1. All right. We're talking about mechanical here, right? Mechanical strategy. Number 1, your higher time frame candle outlook bearish. We've established that because it's in a downswing. Okay. Until there's something there that changes my mind, a failed 2 or a bullish number 3 candle, I'm going to stay with that bias. Point blank, period. I'm staying with that bias. All right. So after we concluded that, here's what you're going to do next. What you're going to do next is you're going to go to your 15 minute and you're going to hunt for a 15 minute bearish failed 2. Okay. So let's see. And we're going to talk about what that is, what that looks like for my newer folks here. This is a 15-minute bearish failed 2. So what a failed 2 is, here's the failed 2. What you want to see with a failed 2. You see how this candle right here opens at 12 o'clock. This is a 15-minute candle. It opens at 12 and it closes at 12:15. You see how this came up and it took out the liquidity above this candle high? You see how it punched through that liquidity right there? And then you see how it failed to displace, how it closed weak? Like it did not, I repeat, it did not close above that candle high. It's also important with a failed 2 that it doesn't take out the previous candle low, of course, but you see how that took out that there's liquidity here, because you got to remember that there's liquidity above and below each and every single candle on this chart. And what price did was it took that liquidity and it failed to displace through that liquidity. So it's collected it, because you need liquidity for a high probability shift. And this is the liquidity required for our 1 minute shift. All right, pay very close attention. I'm about to give you some gold here. All right, you need to be paying very close attention. If you're dozing off right now, pay attention. Pay attention. Right here, we took that. Look, it fails to displace, and inside this 15-minute failed 2, it's where you look for the shift, because this is the liquidity that frames the 1 minute shift. And it's already telling you don't got to predict it. It's already telling you that it wants lower prices. Where's your pose and draw going to be? The CC low right there. This as well, but this is what I go with because that's my low of day level. I shoot for low of day, high of day. That's how I do it. Look right here. This is inside my mentorship chat, inside the 1% club. Real time, no hindsight, just to kind of show you, because I know it's easy to go in here, after the fact and then act like a genius. But everything that I do is plugged beforehand, step-by-step plans inside the 1% club. NASDAQ 1 hour bearish CC, keep an eye out for the 15-minute failed 2, then a move into the low. Right here, as we're talking about it right now, this is the same exact setup, is it not? Sure is. Just like that, folks. So I always give step-by-step plans in there. I talk about this stuff live on mic and stream. You see it right here. So that's what we're looking for. We got our higher time frame candle outlook is bearish, remember? We got the tie back in us. Okay. We've scratched that off the list. Number 2, we need to see a failed 2 on the 15-minute in conjunction with that 1 hour bearish tide. I got it right here. And this is also important. I didn't always do this, but I do this now because I noticed a night and day difference. Like the shift can't happen after. The 1 minute shift can't happen after that candle is closing. So like, for example, this opens at 12, closes at 12:15. It can't happen. The 1 minute shift can't confirm at 12:17 or 12:18. It needs to be inside the 1 minute failed or the 15-minute failed 2. So we got our fair value gap confirmation. We got our strong close. These are short-term low. That's a confirmed shift. You can enter right there. Now, y'all know I don't give a damn about big risk reward. I'm not a big risk reward trader. I like one-to-one. That's where I thrive. That's what I do. But for those folks that do want to trade bigger risk reward, here's an option for you. You know you got your CC candle low down here. And you know this is the high of the failed 2. So, I mean, if you wanted to, you could do it like when you get these types of scenarios where you have your CC still intact, what you can do is you can risk that high, you can target that low, and then that's where you'll get your bigger risk reward deals. See where I'm getting at? So you do have that option in those types of scenarios. All right, we're going to go over one more example here on NASDAQ. Again, this is another example from last week that we had. So this was right after 10 o'clock. So the thing about NASDAQ is, same thing, it's been bearish. All right, so you remember the rules. This thing's in a downswing on the 1 hour here. Like it's bearish, it's weak. The trend's been selling off. And you see like right here, look, see how it had like that strong close right there? It's in that downswing, it's bearish. Do you see any indication of a reversal? Like, do you see a bullish failed 2? Do you see a number 3 candle? Okay, no, you don't have that. Now, for the people, because I have some people in my comments like, Mike, the strat, you got it wrong. You got it wrong, Mike. This is a number 3 candle because clean out the low, clean out the high. I'm telling you how I approach it, okay? I'm telling you how I approach it. This thing came up. The very last thing that it did was it failed to displace through these highs, okay? So I'm giving you the approach that I use, okay, that yields me I mean, you guys see the results. You see it on my X. You see me plug this stuff. Consistent 6-figure months. You see my students' results. This is how I approach it, okay? I consider a fail too. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if it took out that low right there. The last thing that it did was it took out this high and it came up into this imbalance and it failed to displace. Now, I will say, because I'm testing this stuff, I do get better results when it's one-sided. But if I have price coming up, and it like, this is the last thing that did it took out these lows, okay? So it did have the liquidity taken right there. I get that. But the very last thing that price did, follow me along very closely, is the very last thing it did was it came up and it took out that candle high and it came up into this imbalance and it failed to displace here. That was the last thing that it did. So I consider that, as per my rules, still a failed two. That's how I do it. I consider that a failed two because I know in this scenario, like the more likely scenario is it's going to sell off. It's not going to have a continuation in this scenario. That's what number 3 is telling you. That's what a number 3 candle is telling you. It's indicating a continuation. That ain't giving you no continuation, folks. I'm telling you, that's why I'm saying it's a failed two. All right. So for the folks that are saying like, oh, Mark, you got it wrong. You got it wrong. This is what I'm talking about. It's the context that matters. And you're not considering the context. All right. If the folks saying, oh, you got it wrong, you don't know what you're talking about, Mike, you're not considering the context. All right. The context here, it's bearish. So with how I'm doing it, this is a failed two. Okay. Because I've been doing this stuff for the longest time. Like, I like, you know, I know when I do this, I'm not bashing the person that created the strat or anything, or Rob Smith, but the stuff we're talking about here has been around for ages. Like, it's liquidity. Like, this is just liquidity, folks, that I'm talking about here. I've been doing this stuff for years and years and years and years. And I like it because it kind of gives me something to label it. Instead of just saying, like beforehand, when I was saying it was just like failure to displace. It failed to displace. There we go. And failed to just kind of gives me something to label it and to name it. But not to get too much on a tangent, right? Too off track here. You see how this thing, it comes up into all this, like this imbalance, this old low, that previous candle high, and you see how it fails to displace in there? There's my fail too. That happened at 10 o'clock, folks. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. And now you might be thinking, oh, but you just said a second ago that you want to see your 15-minute fail to 1-minute execution. Yep, I want to see that too. But what you're going to find is when you go to the 15-minute, you already have it at that same time as well. You got both scenarios in this case. Even better. Like literally even better. So I got this 1 hour failed to. So my higher time frame candle outlook I've established on the 1 hour is bearish. Go to your 15-minute. Here's what you want to look for in the 15-minute. You see that right there? There you go. You got it. And that one's one-sided. So you can see it took out the high of the previous 15-minute candle. It punched through it and it failed to displace. All right, target low of day. If you just want to keep it simple with the rules, my target isn't always low of day, high of day. And I've talked about this with my mentees and like what scenarios that's not the case. Like sometimes I'll be a little bit more aggressive. But here's the thing. If you do want to just like keep it stupidly simple, just shoot for high of day, just shoot for low of day. Because in this scenario, here's the thing about it. In this scenario, I actually shot for this gap down here because that gave me 1-to-1. Now, ES had the same exact setup on this particular day. If you just pull up ES, you'll see what I'm talking about. ES had the same setup, and actually ES allowed you to shoot for low of day. So if you just want to keep it really simple, you could just stick with low of day PTs and high of day PTs, and that's perfectly fine. You're gonna get plenty of setups. But I'm just telling you, like in this specific day, I was a little bit more aggressive with it. I shot because I knew it was very probable that it was going to want to come down and draw into that gap right there. And I went to detail as like that was going to be why that was going to be the case. We have the fair value gap. We have the strong close inside of that 15-minute failed two. You see that? So look. There's your failed two. That opens up at 9:45. It closes at 10. And we have the 1 minute confirmed shift inside of the failed two, which is very important that it's inside of the failed two. We have it. We have that scenario. Okay. Smooth like butter. This thing comes down and it draws down into the gap and I take profits. See, very mechanical. You got your higher time frame candle outlook. You got your 15-minute failed two. You got your 1 minute shift. I can't make it any more simpler. Once more, folks, please, if you do want more examples on this, all I ask, because this is free game I'm giving you here. This is free information on a platter, and it's better than most stuff out there. All right, most stuff out on YouTube is complete and utter garbage. All right, it's complete and utter garbage, just put up by marketers that don't know what they're talking about, that are just selling a dream. This is gold that I'm giving you here. But all that I ask is, like, let me know, comment below if you still want more examples on this specific strategy going forward, because of course it helps me know that you still want more stuff. You're still more interested in expanding your knowledge on this topic, or seeing more examples of this to really drive the point across. Of course, it helps with the engagement, right? So it helps more people find good information and not garbage. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will keep the content coming.